My partner and I watched the Casey Anthony doc last night and it got heated. I'm uncomfortable. So we start watching this damn documentary and she starts believing Casey did not do this and that. It must have been her father. This is the way the documentary is angled. I voiced my opinion that I think she is a sociopath and a liar, and my partner started raising their voice at me, telling me that I just believe everything that the media puts out, and started saying things like, "Get it through your head," and "You aren't listening clearly." So I have to repeat myself. You don't listen. If you can't understand this, then I don't know how to help you. I'm shocked this is how you feel. We clearly think very differently. While clapping their hands and sitting forward and snapping, saying I was cutting them off. I got super uncomfortable and kept saying, "Take a breath, calm down, and do not speak to me like that. It's disrespectful." She ended up apologizing, but I'm slightly weirded out. I accept that people have different views and opinions, but why can't she? Do you think this is a red flag? Put on the Casey Anthony JCS criminal psychology video. Have her try to spin that. Also, yes, that is a red flag. We all get heated when we're passionate about something. But overpowering you is not a good form of communication. My boyfriend will clap talk like that sometimes, and something about it is so disrespectful. Your partner clearly believes conspiracy theories. Get out while you can. The clapping while arguing alone is enough for me to throw in the towel on the relationship. Very disrespectful and immature. Imagine a lifetime of them talking to you like that every time you disagree on a topic. Imagine it happening in public. Gross. From the UK. So I have no idea what the documentary is about. But your partner's reaction and behavior in shouting you down is a major red flag. Imagine what it would be like arguing about something serious that impacted your life, rather than just a TV show. It's pretty damn obvious she did it. 1. She told the police she worked somewhere she didn't. 2. She made up a lie about a nanny stealing her. 3. She didn't even report the fake nanny stealing the kid. Only said the kid was missing a month after because her parents demanded it. 4. There's recorded phone calls about her not wanting her daughter's face in the media when it was still considered a missing person case. 5. She lied about who she knew and who watched her kid. And so much more. This is obvious. So not only is your partner abusive, cruel, and heartless towards you, but she's also an idiot. I think the aggression she showed is disrespectful and points to poor emotional regulation. That she's feeling so heated about this. If she was feeling triggered in a women aren't believed kind of way, it's still not okay to take that out on you. My partner and I make guesses about who done it in documentaries, crime shows all the time. We don't ever start taking this personally and getting in each other's faces about it. It's more interesting information about the differing gut feelings we get, or little hints one of us might have picked up on more than the other. I would set a boundary with her after this experience and be very firm about it. Tell her next time she starts clapping in your face and getting worked up like that, you're going to just leave the room and spend the rest of the day on your own, because you won't tolerate that kind of communication. That kind of physicality while speaking is very unproductive and off-putting. Your home life isn't some Real Housewives of XYZ episode. Just like she wouldn't tolerate you putting your finger in her face, backing her up against a wall, getting in her face with yours, hitting your fist on the table, throwing objects, or punching the wall, just like what she was doing. These types of physically aggressive behaviors are precursors to violent attacks and would make anyone feel uncomfortable and trigger a stress response in the body. Relationships between two women have the highest reported domestic violence rate out of any other pairing. I would be firm as hell about not tolerating any of that energy. It doesn't really matter if she thinks that she did it or not. But it does matter that she talked to you like that when you weren't on the same page about something. In my opinion, anyone who would believe Casey Anthony is innocent is a red flag. Info: is your GF Casey Anthony? Because she's about the only person who believes she's innocent. The clap talk is so disrespectful. I hate that. If it's that heated over something that isn't even relevant to your relationship or even daily lives, that's a big red flag. Everyone gets caught up in their opinions sometimes, but this is too much. Bro, it's time to walk. This is the biggest red flag ever. No offense, but her liking Joe Rogan and those type of people with podcast, it makes sense she fights with you like that. Those podcasts are filled with them yelling over the people they think are wrong and won't allow the other party to have a full talking point. BC the second they hear something they don't agree with, they just keep raising their voice until the other party stops talking. From what I've taken from those types of podcasts is that yelling, raising their voice equals being right. I don't think she will stop her way of debating, more like arguing on her part, until she sees other types of debates that aren't fueled with this. The question is, which will change first, her views or your patience? And are you willing to wait until change comes, or are you willing to do what's in your power to fix it, including possibly leaving the relationship? Wow. Not good. I think there are a few things here that would cause me to reevaluate that relationship. 1. Her being easily swayed by that. 2. Not being able to have a calm discussion about possible differences in opinion. 3. Her making statements that are demeaning. Like, if you can't understand, that infers that you are not intelligent enough to understand. 4. Her projecting all of the above on you. 5. Interrupting then dismissing you. 6. Finally, the absolutely worst one, clapping at you. I find this behavior immature, disrespect, and would not sit for 1 second more. At the first instance of this, I would stand up, say, I will not have a conversation with someone who claps at me. If you would like to discuss this respectfully later, I may be interested. But I am leaving now. Yes, it's a red flag. I have this same problem with my partner. I completely understand how you are feeling. My partner and I are both pretty opinionate, and I like to think well-informed people. Most of the time, we're in sync and see things in the same way. But sometimes we don't and can argue in exactly the manner you are describing. It can be overwhelming and hurtful. We have put a lot of effort into improving this part of our communication. It isn't perfect now, but it is a lot better. We realize that it may be something that pops up in our relationship from time to time, and we have to deal with it. It doesn't have to be a deal breaker, but it does require some effort. The relationship is worth it. I could talk a lot about it, but here are some pieces of advice. Less than talk about it again after you have both calmed down and are in a stress-free space. Tell her you'd like to discuss how you spoke with each other because you are still feeling uncomfortable about it. Less than this isn't about Casey Anthony. This is about improving your communication. Don't fall into the trap of rehashing the discussion itself. You only want to talk about how it was discussed. Less than tell them how you felt and how you experienced the conversation. Don't use accusatory or attack language. Less than remember the goal. You aren't there to prove them wrong or imply they were worse than you. Less than be patient. This might take time. And you aren't there to fight. You are there to discuss. Make an effort to keep your voice low and your tone balanced. Ask your partner to do the same thing. Less than remember that you love this person and they love you. If anger is building up, it's okay to stop and tell each other mid-conversation. At the end of the day, ask yourself, do you want to be right? Or do you want to be happy? This would be a red flag for me. It looks if you hold a different opinion than her. She can't take it very well. It's one thing to disagree. It's another to put someone down. It's good she apologized. Hopefully because she saw the error of her ways. But it's something I personally would be on the lookout for. Does it happen often? Etc. Fissert of Casey Anthony definitely did it. Just my opinion. But it sounds like something else is going on, and this conversation was them maybe letting pent up anger out. Or maybe they really do care that much about the Casey Anthony case. But it is an odd thing to get that worked up about. Just makes me wonder if something else is going on with them. It's just how I would think of it. But I think anytime they are not listening to you and waving away your thoughts and feelings could be a red flag. Once or twice if they apologize could be fine. I don't know. But if it's something that keeps happening, it's definitely not good. Myself, I would keep an eye on it. Huge red flag. She has the emotional maturity of a 12-year-old. Don't waste your time trying to fix this. It's too late. Move on. I would take this as a red flag. Yes. Just because you don't agree with her opinion, she becomes an abusive asshat. This is not okay at all.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.